Kevin Gray, supervising track work on his own private property, Copperbelt Lodge, a facility from which the master trainer has enjoyed considerable success. A wonderful place to educate and train thoroughbreds.
Well, I think New Zealand, nothing will touch New Zealand country for growing horses, feeding horses, growing the bone on horses, and they seem to develop quicker, mature quicker, and with the natural food, the grass that we grow in New Zealand, well, I don't think that'll beat any other food in the country would beat it.
But even in thoroughbred paradise, Copperbelt Lodge boasts outstanding private facilities.
I've got a 2-year-old track of 1,200 metres, and I've got a galloping track, 1,600 metres circumference around. We've got our own starting stalls. It's a great track for any sort of horse because it is river silt. It's natural river silt track, nice and soft on the horse's legs, and it's easy to maintain.
Not only does Copperbelt Lodge help get horses fit, it helps feed them as well. Kevin Gray is in a position to absolutely guarantee the quality of his feed.
We grow all our supplements on Copperbelt Lodge, and like barley, green feed oats, silage, hay. It's all cut off our own property here, and if you can do that, it's a big saving, but it's quantity and quality, and that is number one when you're feeding animals. So we're very proud to be able to grow the best food in New Zealand and give it to our racehorses.
Copperbelt Lodge is located in the fertile Manawatu Plains, and the importance of the quality of feed it can produce is a vital ingredient in the extraordinary success of Copperbelt Lodge.
If you don't look after your animals when they're babies, you'll end up with nothing.
And the results Kevin Gray has achieved in the 4 years he has been on the property are quite extraordinary, particularly for the Chittick family of Waikato stud, whom he has trained 6 Group 1 winners. The first of them was Legs, a filly by Pins who was victorious in the Group 1 New Zealand Oaks over 2,400 metres.
Legs in front, out of a line is trying hard, then Kruger Valley falsetto. Legs is very brave, she's hanging on, Legs will win the Oaks.
The following season she trained on to win the $1 million Celt Capital Stakes under weight for age, at the time New Zealand's richest race.
Legs getting right up on the inside, sea change in front, Legs is trying to gun her down, Kerry O'Reilly's after them, the Oaks winner, Legs is going to get up and win the Celt.
Soon after, the Chicks gave Kevin Gray another filly to train, this one by No Excuse Needed out of the O'Reilly mare Spring, named Daffodil.
She's won 3 Group 1s for us.
The first of those was the 1,000 guineas for 3-year-old fillies at the mile.
Juice is getting to the lead from Lara Twile and Daffodil. Then Awesome Planet Subprime. Glamorous Girl and Skirmish and Inferno rocketing home. Juice in front, being grabbed by Daffodil. Hayden Tinsley take a bow. That's a top ride. It is Daffodil the winner.
After a desperately unlucky run for 4th in the New Zealand Oaks, Daffodil took on Australia's finest in the Group 1 AJC Oaks. Her preparation for the Classic was done entirely at Copperbelt Lodge.
We were only there 3 days before the race, flew her over, and 3 days before the race, didn't do much with her at all.
And surely there can be no finer advertisement for Kevin Gray and Copperbelt Lodge than when Daffodil burst clear at the furlong against the very best.
And now Daffodil dives through in the centre, and Think Money on the outside, but it's Daffodil. The Kiwi's gone to the front. Think Money next from Miss Darcy, but Daffodil races away. She was unlucky in the New Zealand Oaks. She atones here to win by 2. Ridden by Hugh Bowman, takes out the Oaks. Well, she had no luck in the New Zealand Oaks, where she was checked at the start and got a long way back and flew home, but today she was able to jump out of the stalls well. She got into a good spot, and she ran the 2,400 metres right out.
Hugh Bowman said that he was most impressed. She just settled in the field and did nothing, and when he asked her to lengthen stride, well, she just put it in and just ran away from him. It was a huge effort.
As a 4-year-old, Daffodil trained on and showed good dash to win another Group 1, this time at a mile.
Sarira the middle, Mufasa and Daffodil right down the outside with a run on Tavistock. Daffodil out deep's reached the lead, kicking through Sarira. Daffodil's got it from Sarira Sterling Prince.
she's done very, very well to put us on the map here.
Not that Daffodil is finished yet. Her fresh-up run at the end of February at Taranaki showed she has come back as good as ever.
Oh, Daffodil first up, 1100 metres, copped this sweet. Daffodil's gone to the front over Miss Caruso. Kovac flashing late, Gisella's still there, but Daffodil brilliant. She's back and back big time.
Yes, I was very happy with the race because she'd only had the one trial prior to that, and then go straight into 1100 metres, racing with some of the better sprinters that we've got here in New Zealand, and she beat them quite handsomely, and probably was a little bit of a surprise, but that's what good horses can do and good pedigrees can do for you.
Kevin Gray was also delighted with his second up run at Weight for Age. Showed she is right on track for rich Australian assignments coming up in the autumn.
And Mufasa is back to his brilliant best at Group 1. Hold it, Harvey second, Daffodil third.
She was beaten by a very good horse, Mufasa, who was a miler of the year last year, and to run a mile in 1:32, and she was running on better than any other horse in the race. And in this respect, Murray, I'm training to go in a mile and a half, so I'm trying to take the edge off her a little bit so she doesn't race too hard, and to run that race she did the other day, I was very pleased.
Kevin Gray is also grateful with the relationship he shares with the Chitticks.
Mark and Gary Chittick have been great supporters of Copperbelt Lodge, and they're marvellous people to train for. Gary has probably, like myself, started off with nothing, and he's worked his way up, and I take my hat off to the Chittick family. They've done very, very well. They're good breeders. They're not frightened to spend the money on good stallions, good brood mares, and that has made a success.
And Daffodil is not the only horse that could add to Kevin Gray's Group 1 total. He also trains Salamaster, a 2-year-old who has already won at Group 3 level this season and showed in his last run that he must be rated amongst New Zealand's best juveniles.
Jimmy Choo in front, Salamaster's running on, Banshee still there, Banshee just in front, Salamaster and Jimmy Choo, Banshee, the filly's done it. Banshee has beaten second over Salamaster, third Jimmy Choo.
Another exciting runner is the stakes-placed King Raidwold, owned in Singapore. For many years, Kevin Gray trained in partnership with his son Stephen until his relocation to Singapore.
Stephen's been up there nearly 9 years now, and I've been very proud of him, the way he's done. He's got very professional in his way. He's a great horseman. He was a very good horseman himself.
It became evident after spending a morning with Kevin Gray that he is a hands-on stockman, qualities he has passed on to his son.
A lot of people, Murray, that are training have never ridden a horse, but I can honestly say Stephen's been in New Zealand Pony Club Championships, hunted, ridden horses, jumped them and everything, and he's a real horseman, and it's a big help to you in training racehorses.
Every season, Kevin Gray does the groundwork for dozens of young horses that end up in Stephen Gray's Singapore stable.
Well, I can't get horses in there, he's going too good.
I'm only too pleased to be able to do something for Stephen. There's probably a lot of other trainers never get the opportunity to be able to do that for the same sons and or trainers, but I give Stephen 100% down here, to make certain when the horses go to Singapore, they're ready to go, they've been well educated, and we've got the facilities in here at Copperbelt Lodge to do it.
That's very important though, isn't it? Like, we've got a beautiful setup there, and Dad's one of the best trainers in New Zealand, if not one of the best, and he's had so many group winners lately.
And Kevin Gray is happy to contribute to Singapore racing and is clearly a huge fan.
You've got to take your hat off to the Singapore committee and the government up there that are doing it for racing, and I only wish I was younger and I'd probably been up there opposition to Stephen.
So to get the horses well educated and prepared and looked after and get a good judgment call about it is important. So I'm very lucky to have that, and I'm very lucky my father and mother still got their good health and want to do it.
At 73, Kevin Gray is at an age where most have long since retired. But this remarkably fit and active man has no such plans.
I think if you pull the pin and backed off with your workload, well, you might make old bones, and I'm determined I'm going to make old bones, so I'm going to hang in.
And it's evident the desire to train more Group 1 winners and continue to support son Stephen's Singapore stable has helped fuel Kevin Gray's fantastic longevity.
I've got probably another new lease of life, I suppose, and I've got 14 of the staff here work for me now, and I'm going to carry on until my body tells me I shouldn't do. So at this stage I'm as happy as anything, so I'm going to box on.